So here we are, videos, measuring video performance in Facebook ads. So videos, just like you are watching one, are one of the most important kind of ads that run all over the internet. Could be in form of reels, it could be in form of Instagram post, Facebook post, or stories. There are many ways you can run ad in form of videos, and in this video we are going to understand how you measure which video you have running on Facebook ad is performing good and which video is not performing good. Okay, so you need to keep track of all of that and need to study the data that goes into checking whether which video ad is performing better. So before I start this video, I want you to know this, that in order to understand videos, the whole concept of videos is based on impressions and not on reach. Okay, this is a very big confusion among so many marketeers, that do we have repeated users on videos? Yes, we have it, because the whole concept of videos is based on impressions. And if you don't understand impressions, there is a video in the I button. You can go ahead and watch that video. All right, watch that video, come back again, and let's continue. Okay, so the first and the foremost and the easiest definition that we need to understand is how many plays you have got. Okay, now here is an important thing you need to understand, that the number of times that your video started to play, this is counted for each impression of a video and exclude replays. Understand this, you know this, right? We have already covered this in the previous videos, what impressions are and how it is different from reach. Impressions are generally the copies of your video which Facebook creates in order to serve it to a wider audience, maybe in different formats. Okay, so a video which is being shown on a story, a video which is being shown on a reel, even if both are the same videos, they are counted on two different impressions. And even if the same user is going to watch that video first on story and then on reels, it will be counted two instances, that is by the same user. So as we go forward, you will understand more about it. And if you are completely clueless about what impression is, there is a detailed video I have already attached in the I button. You can go ahead, watch that, and you will be crystal clear about it. All right, let's continue. So what are video plays? Pretty simple. If your video appears in front of an audience, if your video's copy of that video which Facebook created to deliver to a user appears in front of the user in any form, this video play number will increase. Okay, it appeared once, 1, it appeared twice, twice. All right, so it is as easy as that. Like if we take an example, it is pretty clear. If a person is A watching, just appeared, doesn't even matter, it got into their feed, they watched it, they did not watch it, doesn't matter, it appeared in their feed, it appeared for them, it will be counted. Okay, so that is what video plays is. Now we will go to 2-second continuous play. Now these are pretty new metrics that Facebook has introduced recently, and they also mentioned that these metrics are still under development. But for the sake of this video, we are going to cover everything, will not leave any stone unturned, so that you are crystal clear on how you are tracking videos. And if your agencies are giving you reports on this, you will be crystal clear on that, what are they even giving reports on and how to read that report, take decisions of your own on that reports. Of course, the experts have their own opinion and you should listen to them, but you should have at least an idea what is going on in your business, right? So let's go. What is a 2-second continuous video play? Now it is it is a pretty clear concept if you look at it this way. Okay, this is your mobile screen. Okay, you are continuously scrolling, something. This is a random post which scrolled. For instance, you got an ad here. Okay, now you will say that if I just see that ad and I scroll it, it will still be at least 2 seconds, right? Imagine, how is that going to be 2 seconds? You were scrolling, you saw an ad, you see that it is ad, and you scrolled it. If the time period was 2 seconds and at least 50% of the video pixel was in view, this counter will fire and increase by 1. Now I'll explain it again if you can understand it well and good. Again, okay, let's say this is your mobile phone you were continuously scrolling, and all of a sudden you got a ad. Okay, this is a video ad. Now you saw an ad. If you halted and you started watching it for 2 seconds, this counter will fire and it will increase for 2. But let's say you just saw that sponsored sign here and you saw, yeah, it's an ad. You just skipped it. Okay, your ad was on the screen, it got skipped, it did not even play, maybe it did not even get the time to play and it got skipped. This counter will not fire if it was not played for 2 seconds at least. And let's say the ad is here. Okay, the ad is here, and let's say it is not, of course it needs to play for this counter to get fired, but the 50% is very important here. This, let's say this is the video, this is the video, this is the entire resolution. 50% should be on the screen, of the viewer in order for this counter to fire. Okay, and it is a very small time, 2 seconds, and to be frank, we don't measure this so much in advertising for just the sake of covering all the video metrics that we usually see on Facebook ads dashboard. I am covering this. If you have any doubt on this, you can ask me on the comment section and I'll be happy to answer that, or listen to this again and you will be crystal clear about that. Okay, let's move forward. Now there is one more thing I want to remind you. All of this metrics, 2 second continuous video play, and all of the other metrics which we have afterwards, will have this one more metric associated with it, which is called cost of. Okay, so every time this triggered, what you will get here is cost of metrics also getting fired, like also being reflected in your dashboard. How is that? When you have a total ad spend of, let's say, $100, okay, you got this 2 second continuous video play, like maybe 1000 times. Okay, so what is the cost of per 2 second continuous video play? Pretty simple, right? It will be $100 divided by 1000, that is $0.1. Okay, so that is what will be the cost of 2 second continuous video play. Okay, now the similar thing goes for 3 second continuous video play. Okay, now here is the thing, but 3 second continuous video play, it actually signifies that the viewer is there, otherwise the video will not play, right? At a time there is just one single video playing on your Instagram or Facebook. It is not multiple, right? So it needs to play to the 3 second mark in order to hit this trigger this matrix to increase by 1. Okay, let's say a user is watching your video. Okay, let me explain it. It got auto played when we scroll it. It got auto played, right? Now it is playing. Now imagine what happens is, now listen to this very carefully. Okay, imagine what happens is, he is here 1 second mark, he is here 2 second mark, now he is here 3 second mark. If he reaches here, this will be flagged and it will increase the counter by 1 plus 1. Okay, now imagine a scenario which is a very tricky scenario and Facebook has cleared it multiple times. Of course it doesn't happen. For the clarity of your understanding, I'm explaining this. But how this works is, just imagine this user is watching your video, and since there is a time slider here, he can migrate to anywhere in the video, right? So he'll just go here to 0 and again watch this video 1 to 2. So how many seconds did he consume? If you think in that way, he watched the video once till 2 seconds, and then he reset the timer slider and reached here and watched it again for 2 seconds. So don't you think it is a doubt among people that is it a 4 second thing and this counter will be triggered? No, it will only be triggered when it reaches the 3 second mark. Okay, only then this will be triggered. And again, similar for the 2 second video play, also has a cost associated matrix with it, just like that. Just like the 2 second we saw, it has to do with 50% of the video pixel in view. That is a unique thing about it. It is still under development at the point of recording of this video. And this is a 3 second video play, doesn't have any kind of metrics because it is obvious when a user is scrolling and it is there on a particular video, that video is only playing. Okay, so if that video is only playing, when it reaches 3 seconds, it will be triggered. Okay, now there is one more aspect of video measuring which I want you to understand. Okay, what if the video's total size is 3 seconds? What if the video total size 3 seconds? So what do you think is going to happen? Yes, it will trigger the 3-second video play. Now what if the video total size is just 2 seconds? It is never going to reach 3 seconds, right? So is this matrix irrelevant? No, there is another side. Either if the whole if it is playing full, this matrix still going to get triggered. Okay, even if the whole video size less than 3 seconds, there are like if it is a GIF kind of stuff, you have posted something, it's 3 second long or 2 second long, which will repeat again and again. So at the end of the day, that is a case which I want to cover and I want to put stress on. So this matrix will still be triggered if the video length is less than 3 seconds. Okay, I hope you got that cleared. Let's move on to the next one. This metric is an important metric, and this metric is also a bit tricky to understand, so pay very close attention to it. ThruPlays are very, very important metrics in Facebook advertising while you are measuring videos. Okay, now how is ThruPlay an important metrics? Because see, the more number of ThruPlays you see on your video, that means that actually determines that your video actually hook them in, because it has a very long duration. You see, 15 seconds. Okay, 15 seconds. Now the definition of ThruPlays is a bit tricky, but I want you to pay very close attention and you will understand it. Let's say the full size of the video is 12 seconds. Okay, it will never play till 15 seconds. So that is the definition what it is saying. The number of times that your video was played to completion or for at least 15 seconds. So if the video size is less than or equal to 15 seconds, that means ThruPlays will be counted when your video is completely played. If it is less than 15 seconds, you get the idea? It will be completely played. Okay, and if your video size is greater than 15 seconds, what is going to happen? What do you think? When your video is played till 15-second mark, once the user crosses the first 15-second mark, that is when ThruPlay will be fired. So at the end of the day, if you think in common terms as a marketeer, if your video is successful in engaging your audience in the first 15 seconds, there is quite a bit of higher chance that he or she will stay in that video for a longer time. 15 seconds is more in fact, in today's age of distraction, we only have first 5 to 6 seconds to hook them off, even if it is a very long video. But if your ThruPlay has hit for that video user who is watching that video, that means that user has watched at least 15 seconds of your video, and there is a high chance he or she will be watching that for more time. If you have done the video editing, marketing, copywriting, any stuff that is involved with the video sales letter, good. So that is how ThruPlays play an important role. Now, a very important thing you need to understand while measuring ThruPlays, Facebook has a this idea of what is the 100%. They have defined whatever is the length of your video. What Facebook is going to do is, let's say the length of your video is 970 seconds. Okay, so what Facebook says is they will actually take 97% of the whole video length, and then they will count this as a complete view. That means for Facebook, this is 100% watch. According to their algorithm, what they do is, it is written everywhere on their documentations that if they have seen that the 97% of your video is watched, then it is if your video length is, for example, not 970 seconds, let's say your video length is just 100 seconds, for example. Okay, so if your video crosses 97 seconds, for Facebook it is considered 100% watch, and it will be reflected. If your video length is 10 seconds, what do you think is going to happen? 9.7 seconds. If a person has crossed 9.7 seconds of your video, Facebook is going to count it as completion. Okay, so that is what Facebook does, and it is clearly written in their documentation. Okay, now again, as for other metrics, the ThruPlay also has the cost associated with them. Now, an important stage in this understanding of videos. Let's say you spent $100, you got 1000 through plays. What does that mean? It is a very, like, you know, if you, whatever you are seeing here, that means you were able to engage that particular person who is watching the video. You were able to engage them 1000 times. Now again, I want to clear this up. This is not 1000 users, because all of the video concepts in Facebook are based on impressions. Impressions are not users. Okay, so if you see 1000 through plays, that means you were able to engage your target audience 1000 times in watching first 15 seconds of your video. Through plays are a very important metric. Even if you did not understand the 2-second play or the 3-second play, it's okay. But if you need to understand through plays very clearly. Okay, 1000 through plays means you were able to engage your users 1000 times for the first 15 seconds of your video. That's it. If you spend $100 in engaging your users for 1000 times, then what will be the average cost of engaging them for once? Okay, it's of course, you know, $0.1. Pretty clear, right? In $0.1, you are able to grasp 15 seconds of their life, first 15 seconds of their life onto your video. Maybe they'll watch more. What this data is saying is your video was successful in grasping their attention for the first 15 seconds. That is what this matrix is all about. Okay, that's great. Now we'll reach to the next matrix, that is video plays at 25. What does this metric mean? Okay, we'll look at this like this. Let's say this is your video and this video is 100 seconds long. Okay, 97% concept only applies to the through play, not in this metric. Okay, this is a copy of your video. Okay, nothing to do with user. Copy of your video being shown. Okay, if they watch 25%, or in this case 25 seconds, this counter will increase. Okay, +1. Now this same user reached here and watched 50%. This counter will increase plus. The same user got here 75%, watched 75% of your video. Now this counter will increase +1. The same user going here and watched 95% of your video. This counter will increase. I hope you're getting the flavor. This is the same user watching the 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%, and all the way up to 100%. Now, if you look at this data very, very carefully, depending on how good your video is, how engaging your video has been made, there are various principles you need to incorporate while making your video ad to make it engaging, funny, so that it goes viral. And that is what our agency expertises in, making viral ads, so that you make more revenue with videos and images ads all together in advertising. Okay, we make viral ads, we specialize in making viral ads. Okay, when you have done this everything which you see here properly, what you will see here is, for a matter of fact, you will have many users, like let's say 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%, and 100%. Okay, so if you have done the job of making your video well, now you need to understand this very carefully. How do we measure metrics? Now it is where the real life experience comes in. Every ad has a call to action in the end. You know it. If you have done advertising, there should be a call to action where they'll be redirected to, right? Let's say that is somewhere here. Okay, in the maybe 80% of your time, when the video length is 100 seconds and you are asking them to buy something at 100 seconds and you are asking them to buy something at the 80th second. Okay, now this is very important for you to understand. Whatever you are seeing here, 25% will have higher numbers. Let's say you ran ad on this video, so maybe it will have 9,000 people watched 25% of your video. Now it will maybe drop. Now maybe it is 7,800 people watched 50% of your video. Now it will again drop. Maybe 5,000 people watched 75% of your video. Now let's go to 95%. Now let's say 2,400 people have already watched 95% of your video. Okay, now let's say this again dropped to 1,500 people, not people, times. Okay, so 9,000 is where Of course, there is one more important thing. These 2400 people are here. They came from here, as you saw in this example, right? The same person is here, is here, is here. Now, this 1500 people are all included here. They are not separate, they are all included here. These 5000 people are all included here. The 7800 people are all included here. Like these, like what does that mean here is when the ads were playing, your target audience, what is the difference here? 1200 times, not users. 1200 times the user dropped out of the video after watching 25% of the video. Now, similar thing here, 2800 times the user dropped outside of the video after watching 50% of the video. Maybe they dropped in 60%, 65%, 66%. We don't know that. All they reached at 75% were flagged and counted in this matter. Video plays at 75%. They could have dropped anywhere. Maybe they watched till 60%, 65%. But we have these metrics given by Facebook. 50%, 75%, 95%. Okay. So that is where things go a little bit tricky. Okay. You don't know whether they watched up to 60% or not. All we know is they dropped after watching 50% of the video. Now, going on back to our example. This is our video ad. And this is where our call to action is at the 80% point of the video. Like let's say if there is a 100-second video, at the 80th second we are giving them the call to action, you know. So how many users have heard about call to action? How many users know what the call to action is? If you look this properly, only these many users know that they have heard of you telling about the call to action, because these people dropped at 75%. Okay. Now, for an instant, as a marketeer, we assume that, you know, these many people also could have heard your call to action because it is very close to the 80% mark. But we are pretty sure these people, these many times when the ads were shown, they don't even know what you're selling. They don't even know the call to action. So when we are creating retargeting ads, don't you think this is a very important data, because you can retarget them based on assumption that they know what you are selling, and that is a very important retargeting matrix, right? You know, these many times or these many people have seen what you are selling. That means they are converted from, if you know the audience awareness, you know, they have converted from problem aware people to now solution aware and also product aware from you. Now these people are warm audience. Now you can run retargeting ads on them and you can gain more traction and more conversion out of your Facebook ads. So this was the whole idea about videos, you know. So you need to understand where all the counters are triggered even when the single users are firing. So it's not a demerit or something that videos are based on impressions, because Facebook needs to profit. Facebook doesn't profit based on users. Facebook profits based on impressions, right? I know this was a lot in this video. This video was a lot of advanced stuff covered here. If you have any doubt, if you want me to create another video putting stress on more examples on any of these metrics, do comment down below. I'll be more than happy to create one more video on this. Okay, but it was an all over situation, all over all coverage of what are the important metrics that Facebook has to offer in order to measure videos. Everything covered in one single video. All right, so if you are liking this video, and if you think that I added some value in your life in terms of Facebook advertising, don't forget to hit the like button. Also subscribe to this channel. Ask any questions you want in your comment section below. If you want us to run your advertising, if you want us to run ads for you, there is a link in the description box below. There is a mail ID there. You can drop a mail there and we can get on a call to talk about it. All right. See you in the next one. Till then, have a great time.